Hi, this is Scott Hamilton from InKnowVision. Thanks for watching this webcast. This is one of a series of short videos that we've done on captive insurance companies, and you can find more of these videos on YouTube if you're interested. Just go to youtube.com and search for InKnowVision Captives, and you'll see about 10 or 11 videos in total. You can find more information also at our website, which is shown here on the screen. It's InKnowVision.com. Keep in mind, please, that these videos are designed to be general and educational in nature, and they're not designed to be tax advice. Please read the disclaimer on the last page of this slideshow for more information about that. And if you have any questions, or if you would like to explore whether or not a captive might be a good fit for you and your company, feel free to contact us. Our phone number is listed, email is listed on this particular slide, and it'll also be listed on the last slide. So again, if you're interested, feel free to give us a call. Today we're going to be talking about who is a good fit or who's a good candidate for a captive insurance company. And it's always important to keep in mind, again, this is general information. We're giving you the basic hallmarks of a business that's a good fit for a captive, but there are always exceptions. So if you have questions, if we say something that doesn't sound right to you or that you think should be clarified, give us a call. Again, we're happy to talk through the issues with you. But these are the things that we've seen over the past number of years that we've been working in this area that we sort of think are the basic requirements that you've got to have if you're going to have a successful captive insurance company. First of all, you've got to have a successful business or a successful professional company in order to make this work. So if you're, this isn't going to save a business that isn't operating well. This is really designed to help the successful business owner become more successful, more efficient, and better operator in their space. The second thing we're looking for is business that has uninsured risk. So one example might be if you're a car dealership and you have a BMW dealership or a series of BMW dealerships, and you're selling a lot of cars, doing really well, employing lots of people. One of the things you might ask yourself is what happens if BMW goes out of business or simply decides they no longer want to do business with you. And so they are now doing business with someone else, but you are no longer a BMW franchisee or dealership. Imagine the impact that that would have on your business. Now, I'm not saying this is, every business is different, so they might have different risks. This is just an example. Now, most car dealerships or dealer owners do not insure this risk. If it happens, it could be a catastrophe for them, but they don't have insurance for it. And that's likely because the insurance would be very expensive. So they've made a decision, a business decision, not to cover this. This is exactly the sort of risk that you might consider covering in a captive insurance company. We're also dealing with businesses who have third-party insurance. So in other words, they're paying premiums to an insurance company now to cover certain risks in their business. And I hear it over and over again, I pay all this money to these insurance companies and I never get anything back because I don't have claims. I run a really tight ship. I wouldn't be successful if I didn't. And I like the comfort of the insurance, but I don't like the premiums. Well, it may be possible that we could take a look at your insurance program, and it's possible that some of that could be reinsured or self-insured through your own captive. So we have to have one or the other or both. Either some uninsured risk currently that you'd like to insure, or some insured risk that you'd be willing to take on through a captive insurance company. If you have that kind of risk, then we've got a deal. Now, again, most business owners that we've run into who are successful are going to meet either one of these elements, and usually both. The next thing we want to look for is successful businesses with gross revenues of at least 10 million. Now, again, there are some exceptions to this. You could be a candidate for a small captive or an association captive with less than 10 million in revenues, or you might just have unique circumstances that would allow you to qualify. but again, the typical business owner that we're looking for has gross revenue of at least 10 million. The last thing here is taxable income and free cash of at least $500,000. So again, there's always exceptions, but the best fit business is going to be one that has taxable income of $500,000 or more and free cash of $500,000 or more. And free cash is important. A lot of the people that we talk to who have successful businesses are in a growth mode. I can think of several right now who in 3 or 4 years may be great candidates for captives, but right now they're not, because they're taking every penny that they earn and they're putting it back into the business to fund the growth of the business. So they're probably not really good candidates for a captive insurance company today, but again, we want to keep an eye on them. We want to continue to stay in touch with the business owner, because at some point a captive is probably going to make sense for them. So these are the 4 or 5 key elements that we would look for when qualifying a business or thinking with a business owner about whether a captive is a good idea. On this next slide, we're just going to give you some quick examples of business lines or industries or areas where we've seen business owners that can be successful with captives. So starting at the top, and probably won't go through all these, but developers of real estate can be great candidates for captives. General contractors, subcontractors, people who are operating in that building space can be fantastic captive insurance company candidates. Manufacturers are some of the best candidates for this. They tend to be in mature, sort of the mature phase of their business. Usually they have lots of employees, lots of machines, lots of risk, key customer risk, key supplier risk that's currently uninsured. They can be great candidates. Professional service firms, architectural firms, legal firms can be good candidates for captives. Franchisees can be good if they're large enough. So you typically have to have multiple franchise places. So if you just had like one franchise restaurant, you might not be a great candidate. But if you had 15 or 20 locations of a franchise, for example, a Burger King or a McDonald's or a Taco Bell or something like that, if you have a lot of units, then you could make a good captive candidate. Physician groups can be good. They tend to immediately think about reinsuring their malpractice insurance. Certainly that's an area to look at, but there's a lot of other risk that physician groups have that they might want to think about insuring. We've talked about subcontractors. Hospitals can be good candidates. There's probably not a lot of hospital owners on the phone, but if you do own a hospital, let me just tell you that at all the major captive conferences, whether they're here in the U.S. or international conferences, hospitals are extremely well represented as they grow and as they continue to buy physician practices. So that's an area where there's just a huge growth area for captive insurance. And then finally, restaurants, hotel chains also can be good. Again, you need to have usually multiple units in order to make it effective for you. But what you see here are just some of the possible business lines or types of industry where captives can be very effective. Clearly there could be others. We didn't list everything on here that's under the sun, but these are some of the prominent ones. So if you have questions about your particular business, if you'd like to just get a quick read on whether or not your business might be a good candidate for captive insurance, then what's next is to give us a call. The number's on the screen, or email us. The email is on the screen. Or if you just prefer to get some more information on your own, go to the YouTube. As I've mentioned, you can just do a search. You can see the actual link here, but if you just do a search on InKnowVision and captives, it'll take you to 10 or 11 videos that discuss all different aspects of captives, and you can get some more information for yourself. You can also get it on our website. So really the best thing probably to do is to start a conversation. If you have questions, in probably 5 or 10 minutes we can tell you whether or not you would be a good candidate and what some of the key benefits might be for you, for your company, in doing a captive insurance company. Thanks for listening, and look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.